Why is Stranger Things revealing a new Mandela Effect? Why did nobody notice it so far? Why are they also then making a further allusion to it? And why is a lot of other fiction that I've been watching also referencing this thing? Why is what looks like particle collider at the beginning of this new season, which is supposedly this show in general, potentially making references to the Montauk Project, which was an extension of the Philadelphia experiments. You know, that thing where like it had to do with Tesla, and there's like a ship went out of time and space for a bit, and when it rematerialized, there's some people were stuck on the floor and all that stuff. Crazy experiments done at Camp Hero. And it also is dealing with collective mind control. I'm the crazy asshole who's pretty confident that the material world is being edited. It makes the most sense, and it has a lot more implications than that this is a natural side effect of a theory among many other theories about the nature of reality. Not all physicists like Hugh Everett's multi-world interpretation. We can go on and on. All of this subversion with this thing, is it because the source is actually a friend? Or is it actually coming from these same subverting characters? Alright, so the beginning of Season 3, Episode 7, called The Bite. Listen really close to the lyrics that are coming up. Did you catch that? Be honest with yourself. He just said rockin' in USA. And then they chose to use it again here. They chose to repeat it. That means to me it was an intentional reveal. And don't go thinking it was just in the show. No. The song as it's always existed, even if it was on your record shelf. Might take a few times to hear it. Please notice the lyrics still say the. Later on in the song, we hear how it's supposed to be. One more time. The. Now for Oh, and it also has another change in it. It's supposed to be towns. And then you've got the next part, which is talking about turning the world upside down. And, it's interesting because the show deals with the upside down. But these lyrics should have changed with the song. I have hundreds of songs that have changes in a lot of lyric websites, even on just Google, still say the way it used to be. I can't stress that enough. But anyway, let's move on to this beginning intro again here. They throw a little Uncle Sam action at us wearing the striped hat. And a big one for me has been the fact that I remember this thing having stripes. If you look up the Halloween costumes for Uncle Sam, there's this is residue everywhere. But this is another clear example of it being edited. I'm talking about that actual change. But it's just interesting that they threw this in after they revealed a song change. And then the third thing in this intro to this episode is another call out, it seems.
Jesus, slow down, man. What is this, the Indy 500? It's the Indy 300. No, dingus, it's 500. It's 300. Let's say a million.
So they're leaving this Russian facility, and they're breaking out, and they just so happen to start arguing over the name of the Indy 500. And what you're seeing is me looking up the fact that there isn't actually an Indy 300, so it's sort of just, I guess, winking at, he was just confabulated. Well, we know it's way beyond that at this point. Well, actually, another thing is that they had just been drugged with truth serum sort of a stuff. And that's another subversion tactic for anything that goes against the narrative, is to train people to laugh or think it's stupid, or that it reeks of unintelligence or drug use. And it's funny that the measures that are taken are so extraordinary. It's not just for this, it's for other things too. And they make up reasons for it. It must really be threatening to them. Mixed in with revealing song changes, which has been something burdening me as I've taken this long, intense 6-month job. How much I haven't been able to deal with this channel. It's me dealing with it. It's a constant thing. I'm not saying I don't like doing it, but it's like I have to talk about this. So anyway, mixed with the lyrics that I'm going to reveal, hundreds of songs with evidence. It's not just my memory. Also, another motivation for doing this is like, because it can get sketchy when you try to over-speculate symbolism and allegory. I mean, that's the whole exoteric versus esoteric thing. The exoteric is the fake allegory you're approved to have. The esoteric is the true, actual meaning of the allegory. But anyway, my point is that there's been movies and shows that I've been watching recently. Funny that to try to take my mind off of this whole thing. And they're making stark call-outs to this phenomenon. And is it because they're trying to subvert it because it's coming from something they don't want? Or is it because they want us to believe something different than what the actual reason is for them doing it? And again, which would then support why you're not going to see anyone talking about this place being edited. You're only going to see parallel dimensions talked about. It's possible it's humans doing this and they're throwing it in our face and then saying we're crazy for noticing it. But I gotta be honest with you, as much as that is an option, I still really feel, because of the symbolic nature of these songs I have yet to reveal and how they are actually life-affirming, that this is coming from a friend and they're trying to hide it. Rockin' in a USA is what it says now. Look it up yourself. If you don't want to know about this, then don't. That's cool. Some of us, we can't unknow about it. And even though there is a side effect of continually wanting to investigate it, it has drastically increased the quality of my interest in saying yes to life, because that's what I'm trying to get at this collective mind control, which is already in place. There is a lot of effort to breed nihilism in people. And don't get me wrong, this thing can also be a killer. But in my opinion, if it's healthily managed and looked at with a more accurate scope, it can be very life-affirming.